to T.W. Andrews, which is in High Point. One thing that caught my eye about her was that she was a hard-nosed basketball player, especially for a woman. She didn't back down every time I had the opportunity to see her play. She always had the will to win. And another great thing about her is that we also got to play together at Wake Forest University, where I also got to see her grow as a young woman, inspires others around her, and push them to be great. Adell has a background in coaching. She started her career at UNC Asheville, went on to, I hate pronouncing it, Tuscaloosa.
That's good.
I would take that. And then she finished at UNC Wilmington as a head coach. Coached for 14 years. So it's a lot of information that she had to share with y'all. After she coached, she got into inspiring, motivational speaking. And some of the things that I've seen her do over the last year has been amazing. And for me to be a part of her life as far as basketball and knowing things that she's done and been through, I jumped at the chance to get her to come speak to y'all. So with that being said, Adell Harris.
I know that I have the ability to achieve my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistence and continuous action toward its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. I fully realize that no wealth or position will long endure unless it is built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all to whom it affects. I'm succeeding by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use in the cooperation of other people. I induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I eliminate hatred, jealousy, selfishness, cynicism, anger, and fear by developing a true love for all of humanity. Because I know that a negative attitude towards others will never bring me success. I cause others to believe in me because I believe in them and believe in myself. You see, this is my creed. This is my quest to never stop striving for the top, to always keep moving forward, to always be the very best I can be, because I am the power, I am the magic, I cannot be stopped, I am a winner. I promise to always be true to myself because I'm the master and creator of my universe, and I'm responsible for making a positive difference in the world and to the quality of life in it. I live in constant and never-ending improvement. That's a passage from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. When I was 22 years old, just graduated from Wake Forest, I really didn't have any sort of backup plan, but I knew I wanted to be successful, whatever that means. And so I started to read more. I got out of college and started to become a reader and a learner. So I started reading, but I picked up this book and I read those words, and those words were like, man, if I could be that feels good. I put the book down, I come back to it a couple months later, and I read those words again. And then years later, I read it again. I'm like, you know what, forget that, this is about to be me. So forget all that Wake Forest stuff, and that college basketball stuff, and whatever other surfacey success I've ever had. Those first 90 seconds, I just introduced myself, that's who I am. I'm someone here that's here to serve, here to add value, and quite honestly, I'm here on assignment. I'm here to deliver a message. Of the 7 billion people in this world, the fact that you and I are in this moment right now is no coincidence. I'm going to value it. I'm going to deliver with intention and purpose. This is ordained and supposed to be. Now your job is to be open-minded, your ears, your heart, and receive. I'm excited to be here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I admire Josh Howard. I'll go back and thank him. I admire Josh. I knew him when he was a 9th grader at Glenn High School. And I remember watching him compete in the NBA Finals. Like, wow. Ordinary people do extraordinary things. Ordinary people do extraordinary things. So I'm so proud that he's here, giving back to his community, setting an example for me and other people, but definitely for me. And so because of our connection, we're here together sharing 30 to 40 minutes of your time. And I couldn't be happier. I want to share an idea with you about adversity. I quit coaching college athletics in 2017. I walked into my boss's office. I said, I think I've done all I can here. I'm at the end of my athletics road. I'm going to pivot and do something else. Pivot, it's a basketball term. Y'all got that? I'm going to do something else. So I started my own company. And I thought, man, if I could wake up every day and the goal would just be to inspire people to do two things: to make adversity their advantage and to enlarge their vision of what's possible in their lives. That would be an incredible life lived for me. And so I'm going to go about the mission of doing that. And so being here right now, I'm telling you, is just answered prayers for me. I'm standing in the midst of answered prayers. The fact that I get to share information that's on my heart. I'm like, if I could do this every day, this would be the fire inside of me that never burns out. And so two missions: adversity, making it your advantage, and enlarging your vision of what's possible. I created, and the reason why I talk about adversity is because I know adversity and it knows me very well. And either I was going to become someone who could manage it, create some strategies, some positive systems to handle it, or I was going to die. There was really no in between. And so I want to share with you 7 steps to make adversity your advantage. I created these for the 21-year-old version of me. Oh man, when I was in college, I needed this. I was struggling. I needed this. I'll give you a little backstory. I was born in Jacksonville, North Carolina, about 3.5 hours east of here, military town. Put up for adoption at birth by my biological family, parents, mom, whatever. Sent to an orphanage, lived the first 3 months of my life in an orphanage. And then I was adopted by a couple from High Point, North Carolina. That couple, who I consider my parents, the only family I know, were divorced before I ever remember them being together. And my father kind of said, you know what, I can do without you. So my biological mother said, I'll pass. My biological father said, I'll pass. My adopted father said, I'll pass. And my mother, who I think her intentions were really good, wasn't capable of providing a loving home for me. My mother went on to get married 4 more times. She also had over 50 foster kids living in our home. 50 is a modest number. It could have been more like 100. But if I said 100, you would never believe me. At the age of 8, I was sexually abused by her second husband. When I was a senior in high school, I witnessed the murder of one of my classmates. Stood 25 yards from a stray bullet that took the life of one of my classmates. Honest fun, Friday night after a football game, a group of kids are gathered together, shots ring out. Jacob Walker doesn't live to see the next day. The end of my senior year of high school, my best friend committed suicide. Best friend, tight. Back then, we didn't have access to get in touch with people on the weekends. No cell phones, no social media. So it's spring break. So I actually didn't see him 7 days before this happened. 6 days before I signed my national letter of intent to go play at Wake Forest University on a full scholarship. And everything's supposed to be really, really good for Adell. Well, it ain't good. It's not good at all. But I gotta act like it's good. Because why wouldn't it be? Everybody's telling me it's good. It should be good. So I pretend like sexual abuse doesn't happen, and dysfunctional home with people in and out every month. Different people. Every other week. Somebody's in for 2 years, they're gone, I never see them again. No father. Everybody in High Point, everybody in the county, everybody in the region, everybody in the state knew Adell Harrison played basketball. And my father doesn't even even know what my birthday is. But these things can't matter because you can dribble and shoot a basketball, right? You got a full scholarship to Wake Forest, right? Everything's great. Well, it's when I put my value in that sport and I start defining myself as just that, because that's the only place I got love, I got attention. You know, my mother worked 3 jobs. She was never home. She was just hustling. She wasn't like a loving home. She was like ruled with an iron fist. There was no I love you, Ms. Adell. I actually never heard my mother say I love you until I was a freshman in college. First time I ever heard her say that. So the love I got came from the sport. So I drowned myself in that attention because that was the only place I was getting it. But something happened when I got to Wake Forest. Now all of a sudden you're not the best person out here. Now all of a sudden you're not that good. Somebody's telling me I'm not that good at the only thing that I think I'm good at, the only thing that loves me back. So now I'm not getting love from the sport. I don't know if you know what goes on down the street at Wake Forest University, but I don't fit the profile. I don't look like them. I don't talk like them. My background is not them. I don't fit in socially. I don't fit in academically. And now all of a sudden I'm not fitting in basketball-wise? College is where I was broken and started to understand, either I'm gonna die, because the only place I have value is in this little round ball, or you're gonna have to figure out some skills and tools yourself and love yourself. So college for me was tough. You might assume it was great, but it was tough. I was depressed, had anxiety attacks, was suicidal. And my best friend committed suicide. He was struggling with something. He committed suicide. Why not me? No mom to go to, no dad to go to. So this is why I talk about adversity. And all I did was just introduce you to the first 19, 20 years of my life. Like I didn't talk about the grandmother who passed away, who was the only person that ever loved me. I didn't talk about having to watch my adopted mother die and be there at her bedside. I didn't mention all these other things because what I know for sure is that life is going to give all of us something, some sort of adversity to get over. And either you're going to decide to equip yourself with positive things, positive tools, or it's going to be a toxic thing. And I'm just afraid that that toxic thing will kill you. And I really don't want to sugarcoat it. I think a lot of people leave this earth with dreams inside of them that never were fulfilled. Promises from God that never were fulfilled, talents and gifts that never were fulfilled, ideas, missions, things they wanted to do that never were fulfilled because daddy wasn't there. Because my neighborhood. That's a great excuse. That's a great excuse, but let me tell you, the world don't care. And so what I would have wanted to hear when I was a college student was like just some tools to give me another day of like, okay, I can do it. So my goal, if I can just get you to think about something a little differently, and I can get you to feel something a little differently about you and your situation, this is not about anybody else, then when we are no longer together here, you can probably go turn that into some action. If we can think and we can feel, we can turn it into some action. And that's the goal I have. For me personally, this is a win. I've won already. I can feel myself standing 10 feet taller, growing in my purpose and my new self-identity and image. Understand, I'm growing too here. I'm not identified as a basketball player or a coach anymore. You don't know, that's a huge win for me. So I want to teach 7 steps really quickly. I wrote a book called Refuse to Lose, 7 Steps to Make Adversity Your Advantage, for the 21-year-old Adell Harris. Step number 1, acknowledge. That means stop denying that you got issues. Stop denying that it really hurts you that mom and dad got a divorce and dad doesn't call you, or mom this, or grandma passed away, or something happened at home, or you got your heart broken by your boyfriend, or your behavior is just terrible with your teachers and academically and on your sports team. Just stop it. Just stop denying it. Let's acknowledge it. That's the first step. Being real with yourself. Again, you don't got to be real with anybody else. It's just a person looking in the mirror. never loved or accepted the fact that I was adopted, sexually abused, witnessed a murder, had a best friend that killed himself, insecure about my academics, my ability to succeed academically, insecure about my ability to do anything other than dribble and shoot basketball. I wasn't loving any of that. It was like, let's sweep this under the rug and let's profile this. Look at this 31-year-old Division I head coach. One of the youngest Division I head coaches in the country, making a 6-figure salary, 4 times more than her mother ever made, buying homes and cars, and let's highlight all of this stuff. Because you just don't really want to embrace and love the real you. See, I think that's necessary for progression and forward movement. I'm sure we've all watched enough movies where the recovering alcoholic walks into an AA meeting, and they sit down in a circle, and they look each other in the eye, and the first thing they say is what? Hi, my name is Adell, and I'm an alcoholic. Because in order to progress forward and address some things, you might need to be honest about what's there. You have to be honest about where we're starting from. So be honest about your starting point, your adversity, your challenges, your failures. Don't worry about who's judging you. They can't count your losses. Those are yours. The more you get, the more wins you'll find in the end, trust me. So embrace, accept that part of you. Love yourself completely, all of you. Not just the good stuff. Not just the Instagram, social media stuff. Like the real you. Get to loving that part. And that's a journey. That's evolving every single day, trying to become that version of yourself, that new and better, improved version. Because life still keeps throwing stuff at you. So accept it. Step 3 to making adversity your advantage is to decide, I'm going to rewrite this story. Like, brand new story, I'm rewriting it. To use the greatest power you have, which is your imagination. The greatest gift we have is to create whatever it is we want between our ears and in our hearts. We can use our imagination to create a whole new life for ourselves that has nothing to do with the way we were raised. I can define my sexual abuse how I want. Not how the world wants, not how you want, not how you want, how I want. I can define my mother however I want. I can change all of that. I can define how intelligent I am based on my definition. What success is based on my definition. Rewrite your story. That's taking power back. Own your outcome. Quite honest responsibility. In theater, there's a thing called the drama triangle. And in a story, there are 3 components that's supposed to make up a really good story. A good story needs a victim, a good story needs a villain, and a hero. For a long time, I was a victim. Oh, I'm so sad my daddy never called me. You got parents that come to take you to dinner. Oh, I grew up in that home and all those things happened to me. Well, how long are you going to do that? How long are you going to do that? Because there is no forward growth or progression as long as you stay in that mode. Or you can become the villain. My whole 20s, I started to fester some anger in my heart. For my mother, because she wasn't there. For my father, because they weren't there. I'm going to show them. They just got to do it for me. I'm going to do it all myself. Anger. Sadness turns into anger. Anger is a secondary emotion. It starts with sadness. You are hurting. That's why you're angry. Let's get to the sadness. What is it? I was a villain. Talked negatively about my mom behind her back, in front of her face, never picked up the phone when she called. Poor example. Embarrassed by my behavior. Angry. I was a villain. At some point, though, I gotta be the hero. I gotta stop waiting for somebody to come save me. I've already been saved. Like I was created by the Most High. Like I was created to do great things. There was a plan for me before I even came into the world. Like I had to embrace that part of my truth as well. That's the part we ignore. We think we're walking on this journey by ourselves. You're never walking alone. Stop waiting for another human being to come save you. I don't care what their title is, mom, dad, teacher, coach. Step up and say, I'm going to be the hero of this story. I'm going to own my own outcome. I'm going to take responsibility for rewriting the story right now. And I'm challenging you to do that. Make a shift right now. You are here listening to this for a reason. I'm talking to you. What is going on right now that you need to make a shift and rewrite the story? Stop blaming, stop complaining, stop defending your bad behavior. Step up and honor the version of yourself that's the most high, empowered, most enlarged version, most confident version of yourself. There's a view we have of ourselves looking a certain way, talking a certain way, having whatever we define as success, whatever your image of that is. There's a vision we have of what greatness looks like for us. Honor that. Rewrite the story. I learned something that was very empowering. And again, I needed these tools for survival. You can take them how you want. I needed it to survive. I needed to understand that my conscious mind and my subconscious mind are really downloaded programs on my kind of like a computer. And that my environment has programmed me before I ever kind of got out of my childhood home. I needed to know that information coming into my system from the age of birth to 7 years old, I couldn't reject any of it. I didn't have the power to reject it, so everything came in, I believed it. And as are you. You believe that. Most of us are downloaded belief systems from our environment, from our parents, from whatever space we were raised in. Some of those things are great for you, and if you're like me, maybe that's not so good and you need to correct some things. From the age of 7 to 13, I could only reject about 40% of what was coming in. And when I say coming in, I mean from my multi-sensory system. So what I taste, touch, hear, smell, see, all of it matters. All of it becomes conscious mind. My heart, I consider my subconscious mind. And those things become our results, and our results become our life. And a lot of good things happened for me in regards to the sport. There were a lot of things happening inside of me that if it didn't get corrected, I wouldn't be here. Just being honest. So I would challenge you to rewrite that story. And one of the practices that I use is what I stood up here and said to you the first 90 seconds we met. I told you I know I have the ability to achieve my definite purpose in life. And I demand of myself persistent and continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. I told you who I was. And believe it or not, that's something I say to myself 5 to 10 times a day. Because mastering my language is something I can control 100%. And I can download. Every time I say it, I'm downloading new programming. Who am I? Who am I? I'm the elite in my field of public speaking and personal development. Who am I? Who are you? Who are you? What are you saying to yourself? You talk to yourself more than you talk to anybody else. What are you saying? What are you downloading? The music you listen to. What are you downloading? The images you see on your TV, on your phone. What are you downloading? Understand that whether you are aware of it or not, it's coming out into action. It's not getting your permission. There is no light switch to your subconscious and conscious mind. You don't get to decide, oh yeah, I'm locked in here, I'm in church, I'm locked in. No, when you leave here, the same things will be working. Tonight, it never shuts off. Tomorrow, it never shuts off. So the more we can deliberately, intentionally download the things we want to manifest, life will change. The way you see and view yourself will change. This is a part of making adversity your advantage. This is a part of me making adversity my advantage. Learning to rewrite my story. Bad things do happen to good people. But it doesn't mean I don't have power. It doesn't mean I'm powerless. Step 4, model the behaviors of others. You need to be able to look at somebody else's life and see yourself in them and gain confidence and know, I can do it. I can do that. If she did what she did under her circumstances, which are kind of like mine, I can do that. My first model was a woman born in the 50s in Mississippi. Backwoods Mississippi, no running water, poverty. Grew up in the civil rights era, black. sexually abused at the age of 8 like me. She was sexually abused by family members and neighbors. She went on to get pregnant as a result of some of that sexual abuse. Had the baby. The child was stillborn. The baby died. This person decided, this is my second chance at life. I'm not messing this up. And that person poured their heart into learning, their education. And now that person is worth $1 billion, and her name is Oprah Winfrey. And the first person I ever heard say that they were sexually abused too was Oprah Winfrey. And I thought, you? And then she started talking about what that experience was like, and how she felt, and how she got over it, and how she overcame it. But how she also had insecurities over this subject or that thing. And I said, that's me. And that was empowering. Because I started to listen more. Oh, she's reading that? I'm going to start reading that too. Oh, she believes that? Okay, well, let me look more into that, because that may help me too. Because if she figured her way out of poverty in Mississippi, and now she's Oprah, I can do something. I can do something. So it's important you have a model. A model of everybody who's been adopted. The person who created the most, in my opinion, the greatest device in history, the iPhone, was adopted. Steve Jobs wasn't just adopted once. He got adopted once by a family, and they turned him back in and said, oh, we don't want a son, we actually wanted a girl. And then he got adopted again, so he got rejected not once, but twice. And so his mission between the years is like, I'm always going to be accepted. I'm going to deliver it in a way that people will be blown away by everything I do. I will leave a legacy on this planet that will last long after I do. People will remember me. You know where that came from? Rejection. So now I'm thinking, I feel that, Steve. I do try to get acceptance from people. Like, that's me. You got to see yourself in other people. That's what modeling it does. I think you got models right here around you. I think you need to open your heart and mind to the models you have in your space and your environment first. Academically, you should have a model. Somebody who's doing it way better than you, who's achieving already what you desire to achieve. If you're an athlete, I think you should have a model. Somebody's doing it way better than you, achieving things that you want to achieve. Spiritually, I think you should have a model. Somebody who's doing it way better than you, achieving the things that you want to achieve. I think it's so important to have somebody you can plug into, because you're not always going to feel like you can. And that's a normal thing. But you got to persist anyway, and sometimes just finding yourself in someone else is liberating enough. So model. Step 5. State your cause. Find something that sets your soul on fire. That's the only reason we're here. Find something that sets your soul on fire. You won't lose energies doing something that sets your soul on fire. You won't get bored doing something that sets your soul on fire. You will get knocked down 10 times and get up 11 because you're doing something that sets your soul on fire. Your job is to find that. You got unique gifts and talents. You do things 10 times better than I would ever wish. You may be good musically, with your sport. You may be good with people. You may be good at science, math. You may want to own your own business. I don't know what you want to do. But there are gifts that live inside you that are waiting. The world is waiting. They need what you got. Your job is to go about the business of how can I contribute? What excites me inside out? Not outside in. Not outside in. What excites me inside out?
Your 7 steps, and I think for like your number 4 step, like immediately when you were talking, I kind of just looked at your life and thought about your life and figured, well, if she can get through what she did, because I'm not adopted or anything, but I don't have a father figure in my life, and my mom's a single mom, and we've moved around everywhere, and so I thought that, you know, if you can get through all those things, and I've experienced loss in my life, then, I mean, I can do that. I mean, it's not, yeah, so I just too.
Sometimes it's very liberating to just see yourself in other people. But so few people tell the truth that you don't know.
Yeah, that you don't know that other people are going through things that you do.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's